So good afternoon all. Good afternoon, Andrii. Thank you for accepting to be invited in this GASP program. It's our guest alumni speaker program in GBSB Global. Just remind you that the GASP program, it's it's uh, it's a program that try to gather you guys, alumni, and bringing alumni with interesting and relevant experience to share. Okay, this is basically what we pretend with the GASP program. The idea is sharing experiences and doing network. Okay, and our speakers are people that has even being young, because you are young guys. Even being young, you've been across different experiences, professional ones, relevant backgrounds. So we think it's worth you share it with the community. Okay. And let's see what it comes from that. This is the main goal from the GAST Global, the guest, our guest alumni speaker program. We already have done 2 sessions. Today is our 3rd session. All the sessions are recorded in case you want to check previous profiles. And the idea is, well, trying to interact to it as much as possible, trying to having a conversation, okay, between our guest and the audience. Andrii, it's alumni, GBSB Global alumni. He graduates in 2021 in the Master of Communication and Future Marketing, right, Andrii?
Yeah, I would like to say future marketing first.
Okay.
That sounds amazing.
Okay, Future Marketing and Communication then. Okay. So he's from the 2021 graduation. And he has an interesting experience around marketing, technology, in a kind of what he says, full channel perspective. We will let him to explain about it, okay? But checking his experience and discussing with Georgia, our global careers coordinator, the person who organized and who is gonna moderate this conversation, discussing Andrew's profile. Many opportunities of collaboration came to my mind, in terms of G Accelerator, our pre-acceleration acceleration program that we could do with your expertise. Well, let's go step by step, okay? So it would be nice, Andrii, if you could introduce briefly yourself, who you are, where you come from, where are you based, in a bit more personal way, right? And then we can get into your professional career so far, okay? Your achievements, the challenges that you have lived, your professional perspective, in which areas do you think that you have got an experience in order to bring value to the professional market, whatever you prefer, whatever you want to start with. Okay? So,
Sure.
Andrii, the floor is yours. Go
Thank you
ahead.
so much. Thank you, Javier, and thanks everyone who is watching the interview, the guest speaking. Either it is live or it is in recording. I hope it's going to be very interesting. I will shortly describe myself. I'm Andrii. I'm originally from Ukraine, but it's been 8 years already that I'm living away from Ukraine, from my city, Kiev, and it's been 4 years living in Barcelona. So my life in Barcelona actually started as GBSB, that I started the master in GBSB. And GBSB gave me a huge kick in terms of the career opportunities, in terms of understanding myself, what's my limit and how far I can go. And for the past 5 years of my working experience, I've been focused on the marketing. Right now is more the growth marketing. I'm growth marketing lead at the Barcelona startup focusing on AI regarding the market research and how AI can help with survey tools, for example, the following up questions that are context aware and that are created within the AI. So my lifespan of career span is quite not too broad of 5 years, but it's been like very hard working 5 years, and I hope today I will share more what happened so far and where I'm going.
Good. All right, good. That sounds like a fantastic webinar. All right, so Andrii, you've mentioned that you were brought to Barcelona to start to kick, and GBSB enabled you to do that once you started your academic program. How come, let's start with that. How come you chose Barcelona? What did you have in mind in terms of Spain, Barcelona, the city? And did you expect after graduation to stay in Barcelona?
It was the funniest story that I tell my friends, because in the beginning I want to go to Madrid. I've been to Madrid and I never been to Barcelona. And back then, it was 4 years back, I was studying in another university in Poland. I was studying the journalism and communication, and I was wanted to escape Poland, to be honest. I had the summer trip after graduation in Spain, a bit of south of Spain, Alicante, and it just felt so nicely with me that I just asked myself, like, why not I move here and check it how it's gonna go. And I was looking for the universities. I found GBSB. It was one of the first rankings in Google. I called them. We had the interview. I asked them about Madrid, and the guy told me like, no, you go to Barcelona. Barcelona is better. You're gonna enjoy it. Okay. So I trusted the guy fully.
All right. Okay, I see. But so you said you completed your study. So were you able to secure a job or maybe an internship prior or during your studies, or did you kick off your career after graduation? Yeah.
The 2 months after I started at GBSB in master, the COVID-19 happened. And it was a lot of instability, as I bet for everyone. I was actually the one who was the last one to think about it, because it was 13th of March. My birthday is 13th of March. I was expecting the party. Instead, I was receiving the call from my friends from the airport or from the ship that are going home. And I stayed in Barcelona for the whole time. It's actually right now, retrospectively seeing back, I don't think that I would do something else, because in the end, during the COVID-19 summer, I landed on the internship, which actually natured for the next 3.5 years of the productive work. And I had the agreement between internship and GBSB, so I could comprehend both of the activities in the same time.
Okay, so you basically started with an internship, right? And how that evolved, how that assisted you in your current role.
Internship was little paid, then underpaid, then a lot of minimal wages. I understand it's always the first step is the hardest one. So either it is something to do or not to do. There is no even a question. It's just a question to do it and understand how far it can go, or like to understand if it's possible to land on the full-time contract as this internship. So this is what had happened to me after I believe 6 months of the internship. They actually proposed me real work, and I started work full-time with them.
So you got the offer. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And since then, you are in the marketing field?
Well, I started a bit earlier It's actually a very interesting story how I get to the company. I started earlier because like 5 years ago, I was a journalist, so I thought it will be interesting to explore SEO and content creation. So I was more moderating the websites, creating the blogs, and taking care of the SEO. When I joined the new place, which is Lexidi Law Boutique, it's the leading company in Spain. We were just 30 people and very small revenue in terms. I understood that I needed to grow, and they needed some person who was more technical than me in terms of the CRM, understanding the CRM. So before even the internship, before even it started, I started studying more to deliver this technical aspect to the work as well.
Andrii, just one question. You got your job, the offer from the internship. What about your visa status? I mean, how did you manage?
Unlike, I understand my situation. I was very lucky in this situation, to be honest, because it was a law firm.
It
So I
wasn't?
started. It was a law firm. They had
So the law
immigration
firm
department.
assisted you?
Okay.
Okay.
That's an advantage. That's quite, yeah, point.
So somebody, if you want to stay in Spain, like go work in a law firm,
In a
even
law firm.
underpaid.
So Andrii,
Yeah.
just maybe this can be a good advice for the students. So the law firm assisted you to get a work permit. So did they, with like a working contract? We don't want the details to share all the details, just,
Yeah, understand a little bit more, because it's one of
yes,
the things that from our global students, as you know, GBSB Global, it's full of international students, and many of them are not EU citizens. So it is quite relevant understanding also your experience on this regard.
Definitely. I will express my position, my own point that usually universities are the easiest entry level for any visa. And I totally share this because I'm Ukrainian. My passport is just in stamps. I spent around 8 months of my life waiting for one visa over another visa.
Yeah.
Some visas were rejected. It's a pain. And it was strategical, of course, to find the university, which is GBSB, who provided this reason, because not even other university provide this for the visa purposes. And once the student visa was secured, there was a half-time internship. There is like up to 20 hours, as I understand.
yes.
After that, I could land on the post-internship job seeking permit. This what was the agreement with my company. I spent 2 years with job seeking, um, or 1 year, 1 year, and then I started with work visa. So it was gradual. It's not like from student to the work permit, because also from the company side, there's a lot of hassle. But every student after graduation, they have 1 year, minimum 1 year of looking for the job, and this could be used for the securing the new company.
Good. Okay. But let's go back then to your journey. Let us know a little bit more about you, your marketing strategy, the goals you had, what you have been implementing since you secure that job, and how it feels to work in this field.
My perception of the marketing in the beginning is different perception of the marketing as what I see now. Previously, it's more about shiny things. It's about the blog post, the creative copy. It's about a lot of creativity. Right now, it boiled down to a lot of optimization, a lot of technical issues, a lot of analytics, a lot of data. And I will just briefly explain how it happened. In my case, like being from content side, I started to think more about the solutions for the company, for the law firm that I was working on. And I was taking a lot of as many projects as possible. I was having the project with HubSpot, with the CRM. The company needed more organic, more better flow of the leads. So, for example, each customer interaction with a service person, with a lawyer, is going to be qualified. We can understand on analytics side, the time from one step to another step to the third step, and then optimize the steps separately. I believe that it was the way how I can contribute to the company, and I was actually right. It helped me a lot in the posting, and then it happens reporting. So as more I actually was going inside the company, as more the C-level, management level actually were respectful of my work, and they give me more possibilities. So I started the reporting initiatives. I was reporting on the internal work, how many salespeople are closing deals, when they're closing the deals. I was trying to support all the departments, also focusing on marketing. At that time, I discovered that I actually need to narrow it down back, because in some point I understood that I was a person who was
Doing
helping
everything.
everyone and not doing nothing for himself. And I was, okay, strategically, it's not going to work. It's not going to bring me nowhere. Even this person inside the companies, when the company is growing, they're cutting inside, they're categorizing people inside the departments. And there is no such a person who is within departments. It's actually the CEO of the company or the founder, the people who can do everything. So I understood that I need to narrow it out. So I went back to the marketing, but this time it's more technical side. And I started working on the growth marketing, which who I am now. And through the projects, I was helping to grow YouTube. So we were getting 60,000 euros of the YouTube channel, or doing the local SEO of this Google My Business that was giving us a lot of good leads in terms of the quality. I had also marketing projects with the sales operations. So I was going back a bit. And I believe in this time, it's been 3.5 years. I grounded myself. I changed 3 titles, started from the intern, that marketing profession, then the Martech, and Martech professional. So it's getting to the technical one. And the company also grew. I started with 30 people, then in the end it was almost 100 people. In all the way, there was no marketing manager. So only the CEO of the company was the person who was helping me and supporting me, I would say. But also it's the same person who was giving me a lot of work, as it happens. I believe it was very hectic experience, but in the end of the work, my experience with low theme, I think I delivered them a lot in terms of the things that they didn't expect. This the working website that generates leads more than it was generating before. The new possibilities of getting the clients. There is new operational, more organic, more lean operations in terms of they could double the size of the customers, but not doubling the size of the internal team. It means there was a lot of automation. So there was a lot of project management automation. There was a lot of the marketing automation. We were increase our volume, not increasing the team. It was interesting experience. Then in the end of this, the new manager came. She was several months with us. And unfortunately, once she came, I was laid off. So it was also.
And why is that? And how did you feel? I mean, after so many years, you've done so much for the company. I'm in shock. Sorry, Andrii, for this.
It was. I know. Sometimes I could be, and I believe other people as well could be reckless to themselves, that they inherit someone's goals as their own goals. And the worst case is like when you inherit companies' goals as your own personal goals. So I did a lot of changes within the company. I was moving there, and I was taking a lot of responsibility, even knowing that it was not given back in terms of the title or in terms of the paycheck. And I still don't know why it happened, but such things happen. It was the first layoff in my life, and
yeah,
I'm already prepared that it's not going to be the last one, but at least it's not gonna hurt my self-esteem, because in the beginning I thought it's my fault. I thought I was very anxious, and obviously after 3.5 years, it was very disappointing situation.
it was, but what happened after that? Any positive changes after that? And maybe that, missed opportunity, let's say, if we can call it opportunity, because you've spent 3.5 years there and you learned and you gave a lot. So what happened after that? I mean, where are you now? Or was something in between?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which one was the lesson learned
Yes.
in these
From this.
circumstances? What did you this is important thing that could happen, as you're saying.
Yeah.
It happens to me in the past. That's something that happens when the governance of a company changes, and you are quite close to the top. There are things that could happen easily, right? But which ones are the lessons that you got from there?
It's not gonna be the next one. Well, I'm super honest. Yeah. You cannot be on the one level with other people undermining your level. In terms of, I'm not the person who is very into arguments. I'm skeptical a bit. That's true. Sometimes for me, it's good to understand, like, if I'm doing something that's done correctly or there is a reasoning behind. And in some point of in the end of my career path with that company, there was less of explanation of what I should do and more like do this level. And of course, being like in a broad range with helicopter view and like being more inside the box, it's created some of
Yeah,
misalignment with me with
yeah,
the levels of course. But
yeah, I understand. Okay,
the,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Andrew, another question that I have. What about the language? When you finish, did you speak Spanish or Catalan? Because a law firm sounds to me quite local ones because the Spanish law, it's quite Mediterranean style law. It doesn't apply to I will say Anglo-Saxon countries. I mean, probably they use a lot Spanish and Catalan in their day-to-day, right? Or not?
not quite. I think it
Oh,
was their
okay.
strategical selection of me because I started creating the content in English and the website got the
Okay.
English translation, so we could like in the
Okay.
beginning when I
Okay, I understand.
started, the global phase began of the company.
Okay, I understand. So you were part of a kind of international strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one question, right? And the other is all this approach or all this kind of focus on technology, how it comes? Did you organize your own research, about what was the best CRM? How did you get the insight from the market about the technology that could apply in each steps of the funnel in this customer journey process? Because there are a lot of different kind of CRMs, email marketing tools, and it's a kind of a thing to understand in which one to to get closer. How would you recommend to approach to that? I'm a small company and I need to organize my CRM because I'm doing it through an Excel. Okay.
Mhm.
Should I go to Salesforce or it's better going to a small one like HubSpot or ActiveCampaign or an email marketing tool? How would you approach to that and how was your kind of getting the knowledge for it?
It is a good question. Um, Regarding everything, there's a research. There's so much information in the internet. There are so many experts in the internet that actually can answer everything. And if, for example, somebody will ask me on the LinkedIn, "Hey, we are a small startup. What would you recommend me on this phase?" They will do it the same as we did it we did it ask other people for about cold emails campaigns. For example, we didn't know. I don't know cold campaign. I know SEO. I know the some YouTube growth marketing channels, directories. I haven't done the cold campaign. So we start with the question of the experts that give us for free. If in terms of the package, the how ecosystem, I would say, of the company, it is to understand like what kind of resources they are covering. And obviously, I would say even before assessing what they need, just need to be assessed what they're doing, how their teamwork, what is their communication with the customer, the first interaction, what's when the salesperson comes in, what is the process of the sales closing the deal. And based on this, could be like HubSpot or another tool, or there could be no other tool. If they say like they're happy with the Google spreadsheet and they have 2 people, I mean, they have 10 clients, maybe they don't need the HubSpot even. So it literally depends on the person.
Holistically reviewing all the operations of the company and the customers and the needs, huh?
Exactly.
You get accredited by HubSpot, right? Did you certify yourself in HubSpot, right?
I have the certifications.
Why did you choose to be certified by HubSpot
For
and not
me, it
others?
was a HubSpot in the beginning. It was the framework, and it's the most important what they're sharing about. The Salesforce, it's nice. It's a bit more expensive. It's like for the top tier enterprise. HubSpot started with me when I was studying and starting with GBSB. I was also studying inside the HubSpot Academy. HubSpot Academy is free for everyone. You can get the badge. You can upload it to LinkedIn. It will look beautiful. It's just the advice for other people. But for me, it was something that I haven't think about before. So marketing, how they sell it is like Marlboro campaign. Like you have the product, you need to sell it, no matter what. And the HubSpot was providing the way about retention, about the acquisition, about the engagement. It's not like one level of the funnel, which is acquisition, which is always about marketing, but they were speaking about the flywheel, that one piece of the funnel, like it's actually the circle between the acquisition, engagement, and retention. And if you're doing very good, all of this is like rotating on itself. And we saw it in real life, which is like referrals or retention, lifetime value. We understand if you are doing a good job, not only the marketing, but other operational departments as well, it's gonna be a um, triple money for the company. And this is how it makes rotate itself. So for me, it was the framework first when they explained this idea, which blew my mind. And they were actually showing the tool that is like, it makes sense. Okay, so I have the analytics on my performance of the campaign, actually SEO, so I can understand. And actually the HubSpot CRM has the all knowledge about the customer. Maybe I can get the ideas for the blog post out of there, so I can create the targeted content for the specific targeted buyer group. I thought it just was quite revolutionary for me because I didn't know what CRM is in general, and I stick to it and it grow.
Okay, interesting.
Right now, HubSpot, Google wants to acquire HubSpot, so let's see how it goes.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
And right now, Google wants to acquire HubSpot, so in the future, we will see how it's going to grow.
It will change and grow. Okay. All right. Now that you've said grow, I was reviewing your LinkedIn and now I can see that you call yourself a growth lead, right? Do you want to expand on this and help us understand what do you do with this within this and how you came to decide, of course, again, to go into this area?
Of course. Well, start from the easy part. Lead is because I'm not the manager yet, and I'm not the specialist yet. Like I had the team, I had the communication with other teams. I was assigning the task, and I was like helping other people to do the things better. So I decided to become the lead in this stage of the company. Manager, there is no point if there is like 3 people or 2 people. Like it's like managing myself. It's a lot of big title for almost no reason. And about the growth, I started with last year being at law firm. This kind of knowledge, understanding of the marketing, the kind of connection between how marketing is empowering or affecting operations, how marketing is affecting the finance, how marketing is affecting the sales, and the cross trigger between all of them. It gave me the ground view, and I didn't want to narrow it down back. I didn't want just become marketing. So that was a new term. As always, they appear. Like there's growth lead, there is like life hacker, growth hacker, anything. And I thought growth is actually a good description of my work, which is not obviously the marketing, because I need to oversee also other departments, how they connect to the marketing, not their direct work. Like I'm not the manager of their department, but at least I want to make sure that the marketing tasks that I'm doing are reflecting properly in the others' work and they accelerate. For example, in the beginning of me, in the beginning of my career, the marketing team did such a good job, like me and another guy, that we doubled our leads. But then there was a problem with the sales team. There was no sales team, there was only service team. So they couldn't comprehend the volume of the leads. And then there's a question, what was the point of not sleeping the whole night? And then the leads were burned for nothing. It was this understanding like framed me in terms of the growth. And also it's about the scaling of the resources. As it happens, we need like it's like the progression of any person, any professional, that with bigger time, bigger expertise, you can comprehend the bigger volume. For example, in 1 hour, like 2 posts, and then in 2 years it could be already 6 posts in 1 hour, just because like you know what to do. And the same happens with marketing, that usually the resources don't double or don't triple. They barely can increase on 0.5% or 5% or 10%. There is nothing more. There's a ceiling for the marketing. There is no possible like to say like, look, we brought you a lot of good leads. You can now raise our salaries and we actually can put this into the work. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like this. It's about like giving more, even though that you don't receive so much. And it's about the scale. For example, the first we have as a marketing team 1 blog post, one photo, 1 page on the website, something else to create. Then next week it's already 2 blog posts, three pages, 7 meetings. I don't know. In 3 weeks it doubles and accelerates. It's growing by expansion. It's not possible not to grow by expansion if the company is expanding without the team resources or the monetary resources. So this is where growth is coming. It's like the finding the automation parts, how you can automate it. Right now, as everyone knows, GPT comes. There's a lot of fake content inside the internet, which repeats itself, just parasiting on other work. But it's the market. It's just the way how they're using the market. They want to get to the first page much faster. So instead of 1 good quality blog post, they're creating 10 ones in 1 week. So I would say this one helped me a lot. And of course, the customer journey, the understanding of the clients, their triggers, and their communication with the client. So because the customer experience happens not within the customer base, it happens even before, like when they just start to Google you. So there are 2 types of the customer intent: the one that they know that they need solution, and the one that they don't know that they need solution. They are not experienced this, and it just doubles down. And there are 2 different customer journeys, I would say, to create in between. It is a growth. It's I would not say about a lot of complexity. I would just still stick about scaling and using the automation, and of course, like every day checking the new tools that are for free and you can use. So you don't need to ask money from the financial department, because they're not going to have it.
Well, you talk about AI, and I want to see and maybe understand how you feel about this new technology advancement. You mentioned a couple of things that maybe now you can expand a little bit more in terms of marketing and the data given in the system and how others use it and customers and clients and how these may affect the marketeer.
Definitely. Um, Something that I didn't mention that just to not show the different view, it's not only one company that I was working for as a law firm. It was the longest one, yes, but it was not the only one. I was also working for the pharma tech from Copenhagen. There is a marketing agency in Barcelona. There was also the law firm in Ukraine. Right now with Chatty, the Barcelona-based AI startup. And
Okay.
what I saw in the trend of all of them is a lot of automation and a lot of the need for the scaling very fast. And then when then like AI came and it just flashed everything. I see in marketing right now a lot of companies try to put this AI inside every tool and every speech that they're doing, but just to get more higher share, I would say, on the stock
Higher
exchange.
share or faster results, Andrii?
Um,
Like fast food, maybe, I don't know.
Exactly. No, like there are two types of AI. The people who are like the companies who are using the AI for they know how to use or where to use, and it's existentially important them to use
Mm.
AI so they can do it the work better. Or it's another one like they want to input the AI into their product, so it will have the AI inside the title.
Okay.
So the ones that know how to use the AI, for example, the new update, which was yesterday, no, 2 days ago, there is ChatGPT 4.0. It helps. It will help Chatty inside the company that I'm working for right now, not only to create the interviews with the input, but also to have the voice. So it
Mm.
has like very interesting, limitless possibilities, and it's like it's becoming like a person. In my work, I'm having the subscription to ChatGPT. I'm using it every day.
So you have the
It
premium, you don't have the free version, of course. Yeah?
I use it for life. Yesterday, I was checking the trip to south of Spain, to a bit of Murcia, um, a bit of Malaga, like to find the places just in between. I don't see it's efficiency. It right now it's becoming the efficiency. I don't see myself to look up in the Google to spend 20
Anymore.
minutes.
So it's a fast result. I've seen a couple of, I know it was announced yesterday, but I've seen all the function. I've seen not all. I had a quick view of the new functionalities, and I was like, oh my God. And then immediately, as a careers advisor, I was like, would this affect future jobs and, some maybe roles that are now may become extinct just because of this new tool? What do you think about that? Yeah?
It is very terrifying, but for now there's nothing to worry about.
Worry?
Like the human touch will persist. Like this is what I know for sure. I know that a lot of programmers are scared more than other people
Mm.
that it will replace their work. So because like we had the trend, so there was a programming trend. Right now, everything what's connected to the AI and how to control AI will be the trend, like AI moderators and other works. Like in terms of my work in marketing, it's also like understanding how to use the AI for your better. So they
Mhm.
actually not able to change it to AI. And right now it happens to the quality and volume of the work. Like um, of course, like AI would be able to do something, but it's going to be able in the few years. Right now, it's not able. Like it's not able to explain the data to the shareholders. It's not
Okay.
able to create a huge blog post and make it SEO optimized in
Mhm.
this way. So there are some, I would not say the gaps, but there are some possibilities how we can argumentally improve the career, the day-to-day job. For example, I have the data set of qualitative data set. So there's a lot of answers from the survey. All answers are in open graph or anything, and I need to do the pattern analysis. I did like the buyer persona analysis before. This is how it works. Like usually, it's like the big Excel spreadsheet with 200 answers, like
qualitative
200 columns.
answers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you transfer all these to AI, and it gave you the, I can't remember the name now, the transcription with codes, right? With umbrellas and sections. Did you get the results like this when you analyze the qualitative data? What kind of results did you get?
Well, in 3 years, I was doing by hand, and it took me a lot of time. Right now, as with AI, it can get you like there is a 60% possibility of this topic, 20% of importance of this topic. There is a common trend between this, that, and that people, and that people like give you some unique suggestions that nobody proposed before.
So the qualitative data translates into quantitative data with predictions based on behavior and codes. Yeah. Okay. Good. Fantastic.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also like for the blog post and also for the website, like right now we are with the website, there needs to be a custom code. And I'm not the coder. We needed to perform some changes, like more complex connection between the customer and the product. So once the customer coming from the website, from the product side, it will show them certain content and not to show another one. So it was easily done with the AI code, like just saying that I would like to have dynamic content. Can you write me the script of the text inside the HTML, that this HTML embedded inside the website? So the content is dynamic, depends who is using the URL and how they're using it. So it's just fantastic. It saves so much.
And the prompts, the appropriate prompts or commands usually that we give to AI to give us the results. Good. So I understand that you use AI a lot. Do you see, and apparently you see the advantages, excuse me, of AI into your work. The question is how do you see marketing? Where do you see it going? And I don't know, with also your freelance work, how do you see yourself as a marketeer or growth lead, as you say?
Everything is going again toward the automations. I already could see that marketing and salespeople are the one to lose a job in the beginning, like the first ones, unfortunately, when there are a lot of cuts and the company wants to structure their work better. Right now inside the marketing, it's about the optimization, of course. And maybe for example, one of the students is a new hire. They're not going to rise the company from the zero, like barely not. They would be asked, like, can you optimize this so it will deliver double results with the initial setup? So there will be still need of doing so, but maybe on more and large level and more in a niche segments. So my idea is like everything is segmented right now. Previously, the generalist marketer could land on any job, and as I could feel it through my life, like through these past 8 months that I left the company, being the generalist, they still expect you to have the connection. There's in interviews they were asking like, what do you think about B2B sector? Like, have you ever worked with a product-led growth, or have you ever done affiliate campaigns? Not affiliate, that's the word. It's not a sector, but have you done something specific to the like marketplace marketing? They ask you for this information, and as the whole companies are going more into IT in one way or another, like somebody has the free subscription, like paid subscription, something has the freemium product. A lot of companies are moving to the SaaS business model. It's just they don't need necessarily general marketer, because general marketer doesn't have the experience that they are looking for, which is more technical one. Because I started working right now with a product. We like Chatty Insight. It's a SaaS company. We have totally different approach that I had before with a B2C sector. It's quite
Yeah.
astonishing.
How would you advise then students who have completed now or about to complete their studies pretty soon, how they stay ahead of trends, how they prepare for interviews, what, I don't know, other certifications or courses they need to do or knowledge they need to have to get hired?
Yeah, yeah. In this regard, according to your experience, technology has been playing an important role,
Yeah,
Andrei.
priority one.
Technology. The way, it's always, you mentioned the way to scale up,
Yeah.
right? The way automatization, technology. So maybe shall we focus on this particular topic at the end of our regular studies, getting more knowledge in artificial intelligence or specific automatization tools. Shall we maybe advise to our marketing students to get knowledge in specific tools, or it could be whatever technology
Mhm.
to help this scaling up process? Should be that one the main learning from your experience, Andre?
Mhm. I would say everyone needs to know about ChatGPT, that's for sure. It's not able to escape. If the people are still escaping this, it's better to know with whom you're fighting with, and also understand the limitation of this. Obviously, I would say that right now, just a small speech about one thing that I noticed about the not being able to actually be employed. Will be very important to close the subject. 8 months. I've been in many other interviews. I had like my freelance projects, but I was wanted to land on the job, and it happens in marketing. Right now, I didn't have a lot of luck. There were also big brands or small brands or anything. I couldn't pass the some kind of the line, and I understand that it's something to for other students to be prepared as well. That even if you are good, it means like not always you can land on the contract. There's a lot of freelance work in the world. Like focus on the freelance if you think that it's not. But even if you don't think, if you think you do, you're gonna land on the job, freelancing still happens. You still can do like one project on another. Like don't cut this opportunity of having the experience in another field or another project just by focusing on something else. It's the biggest mistake that I have done, that I haven't done the freelance in the beginning of my career, and I didn't widen the scope of my possibilities and opportunities.
Yeah,
Um,
good,
so that
good.
was
The
important
good
one.
thing is that you didn't allow so many years to pass by until you start. You are still
Yeah,
very, very young, and you have,
yeah, really.
yeah, you're young, and I mean, even those, I don't know, 3 years might look huge to you right now. I think maybe you got a bad taste of the world of work at the same time, but also maybe some good things came out of this. Maybe also, Andrei, well, this was the thing that we asked you before. Maybe this was the beginning of transitioning into freelance and project work because of that experience. Some things, even the bitter ones, but they're always there to teach us something and to take something from them. So maybe this one was also um, the lesson you've learned, I mean, from that experience.
Definitely. So like it's much easier to find the freelance work, and the company being within the company is being a lot. Any freelance work is about the any work is about the stress. not having the work is a stress, having the work is a stress. I like to quote the Julia from the previous piece that she was emphasizing on this. There's a lot of anxiety in anyway. So it's just the point, like in this situation, you feel more in control of the situation or not.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
And
we have two students here. I don't know if they have any questions. They can open their cameras or microphones to ask, or use the chat to make any questions here to Andrii.
Leah and Sophie.
Meanwhile, Andrii, do you have anything else to add, to share with current students, alumni? I know you provided a lot, especially your journey, your up and downs, and that's good. That's the purpose of this session.
Yeah, and also, Andrea, I would like to ask you, how do you foresee your professional career,
The future.
your future in terms? Are you imagining yourself in a startup world, as a consultant, in a corporate, focus on a specific, functional area? How do you see yourself? You have a relevant experience already, different kind of roles. So what would makes you happier in this sense?
well, I can spoke about this briefly, and then we are jumping back to your question. Sorry for interrupting you the previous time, so I had the time to think about it. About the future. Future is uncertain. I bet I try to create the career plan. There is on the way, halfway getting there, I understood that I'm not the person who is going to stick to the plan. I'm the person who is holistic, but in the same time hardworking. So having a lot of pressure on myself because of the plan, I will pressure myself even more, and the plan will collapse, and I will collapse. And there's even another point of anxiety that it's gonna get there. I understood that for the past experience that I'm very good into touching the grounds and touching the limits. If I can touch the limits, I can overcome the limit, and to see how it's gonna evolve. So, in my experience, just like to see where it gets in the end of the day, how far it will get. And yeah,
Okay,
and about the previous question, the resources or
but
something. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
About the resources that I see valuable, and it's of course again about the marketing HubSpot Academy. In the same time, the biggest resource, also very expensive one, of the cost of the small master, it's the Reforge program. The Reforge program is the place where the latest marketing, operational, business intelligence courses are formed. It's much better than Coursera.
Mhm.
It is a place where it's like you heard about like masterclass when it was the geek to listen how they do something. So the same happened for the marketing and more operational side of the business, like CEO of the Uber or chief marketing officer of I don't know, any business, Apple, or um, operational officer of Nvidia or Netflix or big brands. And it was actually created by the chief chief operational officer of the HubSpot. So he left the HubSpot and created his own hub for the knowledge. I think it's if the people have the possibilities, that for sure they need to do it. It speaks volumes about how to get to the results much faster in terms of like growth marketing, product market fit, in terms of the how to create the product strategy, like cross learnings that still will help in the big picture.
Okay, good, good, interesting. So no questions from our attendants, apparently, right, Georgia?
No questions. Maybe Andrew was very, very spot on and clear on everything, and they do not have any questions for the time being.
Maybe there was too many topics, and next time it's better to stick to less ones.
No, really, it's your journey. I mean, we need to go through everything, your personal experience through work, your doubts, your new experiences, the transition, the updates, the lessons learned. This is the main idea.
I would just say if someone will watch it later and get to the 59 minutes of this video, which with conversion rate, it's going to be a very small amount of people. I would just say to try, like, I was scared a lot to try the things and until I tried, and there is actually my own mind tricking myself or being inside the comfort, which is not a comfort state, being scared. It's all right to be scared. It's just a matter of doing the things that you're scared. Like when someone say like, do it scared, and it will be done.
Be scared, but do them anyways. Huh? Yeah.
Exactly.
Good.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing this, Andrei. I think we can conclude. So I'm gonna stop the recording, Xavier, unless you want to do a concluding
No. I
remark.
mean, I would like to, Andrew, discuss some of your insights in our entrepreneurship center background, okay? In terms of using some of the tools that you've been mentioning from our startups in the early stage. But we are gonna discuss maybe separately another day. Okay,
Sure.
right? So thank you very
Yeah.
much, Andre, for being around. And for the ones who attend, on the rest who will see
Watch it.
the video, watch it. Feel free to contact for further details or to try to get in touch with Andrii. We were gonna be very happy to empower this networking and community. Okay.
Thank you so much.